lot of the girls here that haven't had a boyfriend before would accept a monthly allowance of about 20,000 baht.
That is a fucking lie. If you ever made a foreign woman and she says she's never had a boyfriend before, it's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. I wouldn't believe that shit for a second. Hell no. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dom Antoine coming at y'all live with another one. Today we will be looking over the girlfriend experience. Yeah, some of y'all niggas, y'all ain't just flying out to these foreign places and buying a prostitute. Some of y'all is paying these women to stay with you all day, all night, and then wake up next to the broad early in the morning. Honestly, that's where most of the problems come. If you let a woman of the night stay over at your place, I just wouldn't expect to wake up with any of your shit. That's all. That's all I'm saying. She's going to be gone. She's going to have all your shit. And hopefully you can make it to the airport. But, yeah. We'll hop right into it.
In this video, we're diving deep into the realities of how much it really costs to have a Thai girlfriend in Pattaya, Thailand. Not only that, I'm going to share with you some true stories today of some real relationships, some good ones, and some horror stories. Now, a lot of guys come to Thailand with the dream of getting a Thai girlfriend, and I'm sure you've all heard stories about Thai girls and money. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how it works. A lot of the girls here that haven't had a boyfriend before would accept a monthly allowance of about 20,000 baht.
That is a fucking lie. If you ever made a foreign woman and she says she's never had a boyfriend before, it's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. I wouldn't believe that shit for a second. Hell no.
Which equals out to about £400, $450, just over $100 a week. The monthly salary of working in a bar is 15,000 baht. It's already way more than at 7-Eleven and stuff like that. So it just seems like a wholesome magic number that gets thrown around a lot. That's what I think, in my opinion, anyway. If you guys disagree, you can let me know in the comments. Now, there's a lot of other things that you do have to pay for when you do have a Thai girlfriend, and you pay for that in time, effort, mental capacity. And we're going to break these down today with some of the people that are joining me and sharing their stories. How much does it cost to have a Thai girlfriend? How much do you spend?
5 days, I spent like 25,000 baht already.
25,000. Now, I walked past this guy in the street yesterday, and I think I asked him a question of how much do you spend on your Thai girlfriend every month? To which he said something along the lines of, I've spent 25,000 in a week. And then last night, I actually received an email from this guy trying to explain himself. But I've got the email here now. Met briefly, I want to tell you more. And at the end of it, he said, the reason I'm contacting you is because I hope that you don't give the viewers the impression that all tourists actually pay straight up for girlfriends in Pattaya. What do you think? To which I was like, you know what? Actually,
Hey, you know what's worse than being a passport, bro? And paying women for sex? Paying women to be your girlfriend. Especially for weeks at a time. That bitch better go to that motherfucking bar. You better go to the bar. You better find another foreigner that can pay her for the night, because it's not going to be me. There's like thousands of you. Why would I spend my money on you? I mean, that just doesn't make any actual sense. Like, basically, you're paying her salary for her not to talk to any other foreigners, and you're telling me that this girl has never had a boyfriend before? Nah, these women, some of these women are pros. And when I say pros, I'm not talking about prostitutes. I'm talking about getting that bread out you. It won't be me though. It might be you, but it won't be me. No.
now in a lot of these bars, Soy 6, Soy 7, there's a thing that you can do where you actually these girls out of their contract. If a man falls in love with a lovely lady and he wants that lady to be his girlfriend, he will have to put her out of the contract, and I'm pretty sure it's about 35,000 baht, which equals to about $1,000. In this video,
no wonder why the damn beer is so cheap there, because you gotta spend all their money on the women. 1,000 baht just to release her from her contract? And y'all said I was a save a hoe type? Nah. There's levels to this shit. And I won't never do that. Never. No.
So we're about to go out right now, but I need to clip my nails. Watch this.
Daddy,
Yeah?
what are you doing?
Nothing?
Hold on. That's my job. Let me. Oh shit. Why'd you do that?
I told you, look. Come to Thailand. When you're moving.
Some of y'all gonna pay for that experience. See, me personally, I'm not paying no $1,000 or 35,000 baht for that shit. I will pay her 50 baht to leave me alone. And I'm hoping that's the rough equivalent of the cost to buy her a beer. Anything more is just too much. Y'all got so you telling me y'all got you guys got this type of bread? Nah.
Moving in with a Thai girlfriend. So I'm German and I've recently moved to Thailand, and here's my story from my Thai girlfriend.
One of the perks that people love about Thailand is the food is super easy to find and it's cheap, and you can find it anywhere, anytime that you want. That leads to being mindless about food waste. At least that for me. I'm not speaking about every Thai person out there, okay? When we go to the restaurant or order something from the app, I just order whatever I want, and if there's any food left, just throw it away. Just next day we can order something else.
So what I've experienced here is oftentimes when we have leftovers, rather than eating them the next day, we would just go on the app right away and order something new. Growing up in Germany, I learned I can only leave the table if I've emptied my plate. So I brought that attitude here with me.
It's actually a good mindset to have, and I need to fix that. So while food here is cheap, it's convenient.
Yeah, this reminds me of when I was younger. I used to live with my grandma. And I literally had to ask to be excused from the table. And I was only getting excused from the table when my plate was clean. And there was quite a bit of food that I wasn't willing to eat at 12 years old. So let's just say I spent a good amount of time at the dinner table before I was allowed to leave. Traumatic.
But don't waste it. And if you have any culture shock living with your Thai girlfriend, you can share with us right here at the comment section. Thank you for watching. Bye.
This is a culture shock you might experience when you're moving in with a Thai girlfriend.
You know the worst part is about swiping right like that? The women that you would meet on that dating app, I guarantee they're more expensive than the women that you would like just meet out on the street or at the bar. Why? Because they're gonna want that whole relationship. But they're still gonna want all the money. You're still gonna have to pay them not to fuck with other foreigners. Why does that sound like a good investment of your money or your time? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Encountered a passport broke the Singapore airport.
How did I meet my Thai girlfriend? It's a question I get a lot, so I thought I'd take a couple of moments and go into the details. We met on the Tinder app, I think it was around June or July of 2020. And Thailand was a really strange time. It was during the pandemic, a lot of lockdowns, all the bars were closed, most restaurants were closed. You can only do takeout, or if you actually went to a restaurant, you had to leave by like 7 p.m. So online and the dating apps was really the only way you can socialize. So we matched up on Tinder, and we talked there for like a day or two, and then we quickly switched over to the Line app. But once we switched over to the Line app, neither one of us said anything to each other. It was like we were having this awkward staring contest, and that went on for about a week or so. And I just then assumed like, oh, she's not interested or she's talking or dating somebody else. And about a week after that, I actually started talking and then started dating somebody else. And then I dated that person for a few months. But during that time, the Line app was a little bit different than it is now. You used to be able to post images and stories. And every once in a while, I'd see my girlfriend post an image or a story that she's doing. And I would just look at those story images that she'd post and be like, wow, she's so pretty. God, I don't know why. Why didn't I talk to her? But anyhow, I'm dating somebody else. So
Fucking, that's bullshit. I guarantee this man was dropping hearts all over these story times. Taking my hand. See? This is why they do that whole, swipe, 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 swipe at the airport. So when you actually touch down, you have all these options lined up and you're just not chasing random women from the bar. But there's levels to this. If you're an older man, you got a different ability of play.
didn't think about it too much. About early December of 2020, the relationship I was with the girl previously just really wasn't going anywhere. There was no drama or anything like that. It just wasn't, the relationship really wasn't going to the next level. So I broke up with her in early December of 2020. And at that point, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to take the rest of the year off and I'm not going to date anybody. I'm just going to be single and just enjoy really fun things for me. I'm just going to play video games. I give up sweatpants. I'm eating ice cream out of the tub and I'm just having a good time, just doing whatever I wanted to. And I did that for a few weeks throughout the Christmas holiday. And, as New Year's Eve started to approach, I'm like, I'm not going to go out for New Year's Eve. I'm not dating anybody. It's a big dating, date night holiday thing. So I'm just going to not do anything. And it was around 8 p.m. New Year's Eve, and I'm just hanging out at my condo, playing video games, eating ice cream out of the tub. And I get a text message from my girlfriend that says, Happy New Year. And it really surprised me. It was like, it was absolutely the first time that we ever chatted on the Line app. So I quickly responded and said, Happy New Year to you. And then she asked, what are you doing for New Year's? And I was really afraid. I'm like, I'm playing video games and eating ice cream out of the tub. I did not say that. I said, I'm at home now, but I might go to a party later, which I absolutely was not going to do. So then I quickly just asked her, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm out in Tonglor with some friends at a bar. And I go, you're in Tonglor? I live in Tonglor. She's like, oh, really? Do you want to join us? And that was such a great and surprising thing that she said. I was not expecting her to say that. It completely took me by surprise. I panicked for a couple minutes from the standpoint, like, I haven't left my house in a week. I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks. I've been wearing sweatpants for about 10 days. And I really thought about it from the standpoint, like, do I want to do that? Going on a first date New Year's Eve it's a lot of pressure. And not only is it going to be a first date, but I'm also going to be meeting her friends for the first time. It's a lot of pressure, I thought. So I thought about it for a couple of minutes, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what? Absolutely. So I cleaned myself up, put the ice cream down, met her at a bar, met her all her friends on New Year's Eve of 2020. We rang in the new year. It was an amazing night, and we've been together ever since. It's been 3.5 years. It's absolutely amazing. She's hands down the best relationship I've ever been with. So yeah, that's how I met my Thai girlfriend here. How did I meet my Thai girlfriend? It's a question I get a lot, so I thought.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just can't relate. Can't relate. I'm not someone that constantly needs company 24/7, whether that's a girlfriend or some type of friend. I actually value my alone time. I mean, personally, I just want most people to get on my face, But I remember this one trip I took to the DR, to Sua specifically, and I went there to have a good time. It was 3 days long. 3 to 4 days long. And I actually met a woman at the bar. And it was, let's just say it wasn't an experience that I'd be quick to forget. But at the same time, in places like Sosua, like how could you remember every woman that propositions you when you're getting propositions with basically every meal, every time you walk outside? You just learn to devalue it, $100 for a quick fuck. Especially in the place that I was staying, I was staying right on the boulevard. So like the women, they would just like walk by. But that's what kind of threw me off, is the fact that the women, they weren't really, I wouldn't even really consider them prostitutes, you know? Like, yeah, they had nice clothes, and you could tell they were waiting for something, you know? Something with some money. And it just got to the point where it was like, I just want to have a regular vacation. It just made me realize that, you know, there's more to life than just constantly chasing after women, even when you're abroad. Um, that's why I'm currently staying within my residence, you know, get education, which may seem redundant at this point given the emergence of AI, but maybe I'd be less technologically savvy if that was the case. But yeah. What would you do? Would you pay a woman to be your girlfriend, or would you just choose a different one with every meal if you had to? Me personally, I would just go to my meal, spend my time alone, and stay handle. All right, bye.